Hello again, everyone. This is Gilmer, and this is episode 3 of my Let's Play War in the West. And I am playing as the Western Allies. And the Western Allies include the U.S., excuse me for a second, the U.S., Great Britain, the British, the Commonwealth, Greece, Poland, France, Free France, and numerous others that I don't know if I'll remember every single one of them, but a lot of them allied together. Most of them are very small and it doesn't really, come into play for me to mention them, other than most of them are grouped under the Great Britain flag. And okay, so last time I was actually, why is it not scrolling for me? Okay, last time I was moving my planes around, and I said I'd do a lot of it offline because it was a very, very long, it took me about 2 hours. And what I've done is, and I'll show you, when you click F10, that is the air transfer mode. And if you can see these little, it looks like a gun, which it basically is. It's anti-aircraft, and you have a 0-1 on this one, and you have varying numbers from 0 to 9, and that's artillery, anti-aircraft. And one of them is the upper range aircraft, the high anti-aircraft, and the other one is low anti-aircraft. And I don't know which one's which. I think the left one is for high altitude anti-aircraft barrages, and the right one is for low anti-aircraft barrages. But for just now, we're going to turn this off because I want to show you some things, and I don't want this kind of cluttering up the map as I show you these things. So to turn on and off anti-aircraft, you click Shift O. So now you see they're all off. And so what I have done, if you can see this, and I'm sure you can, I've moved all of the aircraft down into the southeast portion of England, the island of England, as much as possible. I've actually, some of these aircraft fields, I have increased or expanded or clicked on the button to say expand airfield, and I can show you that as well. And how you expand an airfield is you click on the airfield, click on the name, and it says units attached, Ashford U.S. Air Base, and you click on that. And wait a minute, let's just go back. Here it is right here. It says Air Base 3. So this one is actually built up as high as it can be because 3 is the biggest airfield you can have. So let's find another one where I actually, okay, so here we go. So before this had Air Base, and it said 2, and I clicked on it, and now it's building it up. And to see how you can see, if I click on it again, it'll say cancel Air Base expansion. So I'm building up a few airfields to be able to handle my aircraft. And so the U.S. 8th Air Force is up in this area. There's a little mix, and it takes so long that I just got a little lazy, and I got it to the point where I had pretty much all U.S. Air Force up here and all of the British Bomber Command down here. And so then what I did was I also did it down here as well. I moved a lot of 2-engine aircraft down here, and also put a lot of fighters in this airfield, and a lot of fighters are also in this airfield. So, and one other thing I did was I increased the TOE of airfields that didn't have enough support staff, and that's another thing I did. And it took forever, so I didn't want to have to show that to you, because I don't think you want to have 2 hours of me just constantly moving airfields or air groups around. The other thing I did, and this was one of the things that it helps to know what you're doing. Before, I was clicking on that icon right there and clicking aircraft change from manual to auto, and I was doing this for every single one, and that was taking forever as well. Well, it's easier to do it in this screen. And if you come to the air groups tab and it says upgrade, and if you click this, all of them say A, that is for auto. If you click it, it'll say M, and then it'll say manual. And if you click the arrows, you can choose what you want to upgrade it to. And it gives you a selection. So I could upgrade this aircraft to all of these, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to put it on auto. So I had to do that for every one of these. And once I figured out how to do it from this screen, it was a whole hell of a lot easier. So that's what I have been doing all night tonight. Except now I am ready to do a little bit of recording. And I've already actually built some air directives, and I will show you those. As you can see, I have 2 of 2 air directives for the 2nd RAF Tactical Air Force, and I have 1 air directive. I don't know why it says 0 of 1, but I have 1 air directive for Bomb City. If F5 is for air recon, I could add another air directive for recon, but I don't want to do that because this is the bomber command. And so what I have done is, no, I don't want to do that. See, you have to do things kind of in a certain way, or you'll clear out everything you did. So first I'm going to get out of F5, which is air recon, by clicking F1, which it gets me out of everything, and I don't have to worry about clearing any air directives. So now I'm going to click F4, which is strategic bombing air directives. And this is basically bombing cities. And I have, oh, I did that. Okay, so it has bomb city. I have 1 air directive that's bombing cities. And this is going to be a night bombing raid. As you can see, it says day, night, night. And it's basically forming up right here, flying here, here, down to here, and I'm going to attack Dusseldorf. And what I want to show you, and this is where anti-aircraft come in. Now if I click Shift O again, it shows the numbers for anti-aircraft on my trip. So I don't want to get near any of these as well. That one's a little, I probably should kind of, if you do this, see, I'm trying to stay away from this 8-3, but as you can see, I'm kind of flying over 0-0s, and they kind of have a zone of control. So this 8-3 is in this hex, but they can shoot to 1 hex above, beyond the hex they're in. So I want to stay out of this hex, and so I'm kind of flying down this way, and then I kind of want to stay out of that one as well, although I am kind of moving a little bit across that. So and I want to stay away from that as well. So you see, you got to kind of plan it out. Now over Dusseldorf, they have anti-aircraft of 9 and 9, so they're maxed on anti-aircraft over Dusseldorf, but you're going to have to take a little bit of damage. It's just all there is to it. You're going to have airplanes go down, and you just want to minimize that as much as possible. So I'm flying a night raid, which I guess night raids are better because I don't know if you've ever seen any movies on the bombing of World War II, bombing of Germany. Night raids are a little bit better because it's harder to find them, I guess, or fly against them. There's not as many night fighters on the German side that can fly missions against these. So if you've ever seen any movie that talks about bombing Germany during World War II, they talk about how there's one movie, and I can't remember what it was, but they were talking about how they wanted to try a day raid, and everybody's telling the person, you're crazy. You don't want to do a day raid. your bombers will get destroyed. And they did it, and they did it the first time they did it. I think they did get ripped up pretty good, but then they started getting better tactics, and it worked out a lot better. But for this for this bombing run, I'm going to bomb at night. What do I want to do? Target priority. Oh, okay, here we go. So let's just set these all to 0 for now. And for the Sterlings, I'm hoping the Sterlings, and I'm not sure how I'm getting that right because it doesn't really say which ones are going to fly. I mean, I know there's a way, but I can't really figure out that at this point. And so I want to bomb, I believe it is manpower for Dusseldorf. And then we can do oil and fuel on low. So this is no priority. This is low priority. Normal, high. So I want high priority on manpower and then low priority on oil and fuel for them. So that's one air directive. And you have to make sure that you said everything right. I want to have 25 airplanes per strike and 10 escorts. I think that's what this is. And I think that's what I've done. So I'm going to click Set Air Doctrine, and that's going to save everything that I did, hopefully. And then I'm going to try another air directive. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it this way. There's probably a quicker way to do it. I just don't want to clear out any of my air directives. So I'm going to... I don't know if I can do another one. Let's see. Bomb City. Select target. And I think Cologne. Yes. And I want to make sure I fly over areas that are not that heavily. So we're going to go here. We're going to kind of go over this 3-2, but it's better than the 6-4 up here. I do want to kind of get away from that 8-2 though. And then there's a 9-9 here. So we're going to bring that here and fly over this way. And then we're going to fly this way. And we're actually 2 hexes away from this 5-9. And then you get Cologne, and I am going to put the same target priorities, oil and fuel and manpower high, so that it's the same. And then let's see, this is all auto strike number. I don't know if I set strike number on the other one. Let's go with 25 of airstrikes per day. The altitude is 19,000. That's fine. Priority very high. Minimum, let's see, 25. And then minimum planes of escorting strike 10. Follow path, yes. Confirm, yes. Confirm, yes. Set air doctrine, yes. Now I'm hoping that means I have 2 air doctrines to bomb 2 cities, one Dusseldorf and one Cologne. Now let's try to bomb some more cities. Actually, I need to do some more air recon, I think. And Bielefeld, I think, is a good place to go. And I'm trying to think where they are. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out by doing this. 8th Air Force. 8th Air Force. We're doing a recon, strategic, yes. And now we want to do Bielefeld, or I think it's Bielefeld. And I think it's down, further down, if we can find it. If we can't, we're in trouble because I really want to hit it. Wait a minute. Nope. 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 And sometimes you just don't know where the hell you're going. Let's see. I wonder if we can. There we go. Let's do that. And there is no Bielefeld. Or Bielefeld. Oh yeah, wait, there it is. So that's the target we're gonna do. So where is it? That's it. Yep. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to do a recon of that. Let's see. Target priorities. We're going to do heavy industry as one of our top priorities, and then we're going to do fuel and oil as low. I'm not going to worry about rail yard yet because that's more for interdiction type things and for keeping units from moving around by rail. And we're not going to invade Europe this early, so we're not too worried about rail at this point. Eventually we'll bomb a lot of this stuff, and I just got to make sure that I'm bombing what I want to bomb on each turn instead of just some random crap. Rail yard would be random if you ask me. So let's see. This is recon, so we're gonna say let's do 4. We're gonna run them on. If you notice it says D1 through D7, every turn is a week, and then you have kind of like impulses for each day. Day 1, day 2, day 3. So we're flying on the first day, the third day, the 5th day, and the 7th day. And we are going to fly kind of somewhat low. If you click too much, you get that extra clicking noise, which is what I just did. Minimum aircraft, let's try 6. And minimum, I don't know. Follow path, yes. And then we want to make sure our path is exactly the way we want it. So I'm going to fly directly over that. I'm going to fly there. I'm going to fly here. There. Oh, there's a 9-3 and there's an 8-9. Shit. It's smarter, I guess, to fly next to the. Oh no, it's not smarter to fly next to the 8-9. It's actually smarter to fly next to the 9-3, I would think. And let's see, area, we're going to do 3, and 3 is the radius of the hex. So now you see it's not a circle, but it's a radius of 3 hexes out or so. Actually, that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's do that to 2 and see how big an area that gives us. That's more like it. That's what I want. And I'm going to do recon. You do recon because it makes your bombing runs much more efficient. If you have summary reports after your recon missions and after your bombing missions, and some of them are not very accurate, but some of them are. And the recon missions are more accurate than the actual bombing results report. And so this is why you want to do recon, and it makes it much better because when your bombers come into an airfield, a city, and they see that something is been completely bombed already, then they'll pick their secondary target, hopefully. So that's why we want better reconnaissance. So we're flying on, what days did we say we were flying on? Hold on a second. What the hell? I thought this was, oh, okay. Day 1, 3, 5, and 7. I don't know what that is. Done. Medium intensity. I'm kind of learning this as I'm going, but I'm thinking I'm doing okay for my first turn. Trying to learn. So then we want to do a bombing run on the city with the 8th Air Force. And we're going to bomb. Oh, it was already. We're going to bomb Bielefeld. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but if I'm not, I'm not. And where's Bielefeld again? Is that it? No. Hanover. There it is. Okay, so it's a different color. It's a dark blue, purplish kind of color. So that's where we want to bomb. And we want to make sure that this flies over anti-aircraft that's not very good. And let's see. There. See, that's pretty good, actually. Maybe that's the way I should do my recon, but I'm not going to go back and redo it at this point, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, I have plenty of time to change it on next turn. You can change this every single turn, and you actually probably need to change it every single turn. We're going to do area of 2 hexes. We're going to bomb on the 2nd day and the 5th day. Okay, that's good. Strike numbers, let's do 25. Altitude, I think we want 23,000. If you do this, see how that number changed when I went up to 24,000? It went down from 7 something to 689. That's because some aircraft can't fly above 23,000, and it takes them out of your available airplanes. So if I go down to 23, now I have 732. It says I don't have any escorts. Well, that sucks. I think I want some escorts. Let's give it a try. I mean, we won't lose the game on the first turn. Let's go to 27,000. Requested number of planes and strike. Let's go 40. We'll put 0 for auto because I don't think we have any escorts. And required AC 40, yes. Follow path, yes. Target priorities. Did we set that? Yes. Heavy industry, oil and fuel. Confirm, yes. Set air doctrine, yes. So there you have it. We have, well, it doesn't show it, does it? But we have 4 air doctrines so far. Now, another thing we want to do is air superiority. We want to do air superiority over the target, maybe on the very days that we're running recons. So I am going to choose, let's see, RAF Fighter Command. And I'm going to select Dusseldorf, select target, Dusseldorf. Is that Dusseldorf or is it the other one? It's this one. Set target. No, I want to set my target. I don't want that to be my target. Okay, how do I change it? Oh well, I'll do a area of 2. Area of 2. Let's try 3. Oh well. Maybe for air superiority you don't get that bubble or that radius. Groups. Why can't any of these fly? Okay. I'm in trouble here because I have aircraft. I have aircraft that will do it, but for some reason it's not. Surely they can reach there, or maybe they can. I don't know. So maybe I'm gonna cancel this. I'm going to. Let's try this. And we will select a target of, how about Brussels? Now we get 408 aircraft. So I don't know. I'm probably not doing this the best, but at least it will. Let's do just 3 days. At least it'll clear aircraft in this area, I guess, and it'll bring out some fighters, and we can destroy them. I don't think we want to go too high. I'm gonna go with 19,000. Fly both air phases. I'm not really sure about that. I've seen that. I've seen people talk about this, but we'll fly the friendly air phase for some reason. I don't know. Required aircraft. Let's do 25. Follow path, yes. And they're flying right over those. And maybe I don't necessarily want them to. Will that work? They're still getting hit by this though. It's 2 hexes away. I don't like that. I'd rather do this. We don't want to be too close to that. Oh, that is. I don't know. I guess that's about as good as I can get. Confirm. Yes. Set air doctrine. Yes. Now let's do another. Let's try it with the 8th Air Force. Air superiority. I really don't have anything, do I? Okay. I guess I'm not doing air superiority with that. So the next thing that we want to do is naval patrol down here. Yep. And we will use the naval patrol, select target. let's do, this is where our bases are going to hit. This is where our amphibious invasions are going to hit. So let's do here, and let's make this 4. Let's make it 5, actually. 5. So it's going to do naval patrol and protect our amphibious landing forces in this area. And so I don't really have a whole lot, do I? Let's see. Let's do this. Required aircraft. We'll go with 15. 20. Maybe they'll help. Follow path. Yes. Yeah. Then we're going to do this one. This is Victoria. And what are they attached to? Tactical Air Force? Mediterranean? Yeah, let's see. Select target. So it's coming from here. Let's see. Area. Let's go with 4. Auto aircraft. Oh, I can assign groups from here. See, I have a lot of inactive air groups because I've been transferring them. That's part of the problem I'm having up in England as well, is I don't have a lot of active aircrafts because I transferred them this turn. Next turn, hopefully I'll have all of them ready. So I want to do this. I want to do this auto, and I want to do this. Required aircraft 25. Yes. Required escort 10. Yes. They don't really give you a target priority because it's just naval. And we'll do that as well. And follow the path, yes. 15,000. Strike number 15. I'm just making these numbers up as I go. I mean, I haven't played this before. I looked at a bunch of things, and so I'm doing it a lot like how other people have done it. But obviously, there are certain things I'm probably going to miss. And I also want to do recon. No. I also want to do recon. So I'm going to do Tactical Air Force Base. Yes. Recon, select target. And I'm just going to go right here. My area is going to be, let's go 5. So it's going to, hopefully, I don't know what this means. Maybe this is too far for it. But it's going to recon some of this area. And maybe I need to run a recon from Valletta as well. So let's just do this. Air groups, target priority. Oh, airfield, interdict, yeah, and units, I guess, yeah. To just, we want to find out about units, and we want to find out about interdiction. Let's go kind of low. $14,000 is good. Minimum AC 6 because it's recon. You don't have to have a whole bunch. 2. Follow path, yes. We'll go a little bit away from that, even though it's only 2-2. We'll still kind of make sure. So we're going to confirm that, yes. And set air doctrine, yes. Then we're going to go back here. We're going to do some more recon, and we're going to use the Malta command, and we're going to do, this is our target. And we're going to do area of, let's say 3. Why is it 4? Why are they not? Target priority, unit, interdiction. Done. I have aircraft. I have escort aircraft. Maybe that's a problem. That's probably not going to do a damn thing. Oh well. Once I get all of my aircraft up to speed and ready to fly, the ones that were transferred this turn are inactive. Once I get them all activated, we'll do a whole lot better. But I want to do one more naval patrol, and I want to do tactical, and I want to do, select that, and let's say 4. And we're going to have this as a protected area as well, hopefully. Advanced options, 25. It's kind of far away from them, so we're going to go with 6 escorts. Altitude 15,000. Follow path looks good. I think that's good. I think that is pretty much it for air doctrines for this first turn. I'm running at 37 minutes already, and I really want to do this though. I really want to look at what happens. So I'm going to go back to here, and I think it's time to execute air directives. So let's see what happens. Here we go. Yes. All right. Looking good. Day 3. Day 5. So losses 98, losses 96, 100, 105, 101. So really, execution detail none. We had some, I think, that said none. Okay, let's see. Aircraft loss 102. Enemy aircraft loss 34. So that's 3-1. And that's actually probably our how many more planes we have than they do, but even so, this is the log event. Let's see. Spitfire destroyed 12. Damage 45. So the Spitfire is doing some work. Enemy air phase execution time 49 seconds. That was the turn. Factory damage. Was there no factory damage? That's pretty sad if it's the case. Doesn't look like it, does it? Select all. we did recon manpower. We did some naval patrol. Let's see. So now it's the ground phase. And the ground phase we're going to cover in the next term, but show metric screen. Bombing? I don't know. Let's see. Show reinforcement. Show air directive. Well, let me take a look at this off screen, just see what happened, if anything. Show battle sites. Target area was observed. City was bombed. So we did bomb it. If we do this, let's turn this off and let's see. I don't know. It looks like I did some bombing. That's heavy industry. These little silhouettes are manpower. So it does look like I did some bombing. I don't know if I did a lot of damage to them, but I did some kind of damage to them, I think. Where's Bielefeld? Is that Bielefeld? I'm not even sure anymore. But I'll take a look at it, and we'll discuss it in my next episode. How's that? So anyway, I think I will call this episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you all for your comments, the comments of encouragement. Thank you very much for your questions. One FYI from last episode, I said I was talking about the movie Sherlock Holmes. I said Robert Downey Jr. was born in the U.S., and I said I thought Jude Law was, but Jude Law was actually born in Great Britain. He's a British citizen, so I was wrong on that. But Robert Downey, I know, was born here, Robert Downey Jr. And so, anyway, I will see you next time. Thank you very much.